hello and welcome back. It's your boy Hank Hackerson at Hank Hacks Hackers, your favorite network and system attacker. And in today's video, we're going to be going through the Vulnerability Capstone Challenge. It is a lovely rainy day here in California, and we are doing this as a part of our Vulnerability Research Module for the Junior Pen Tester pathway of TryHackMe. And this one doesn't really have much of an introduction or anything to worry about. We're literally just jumping into the challenge here, and we're going to be using everything that we learned in the previous two rooms, the Vulnerabilities 101 and the Exploit Vulnerabilities rooms, and we're going to do it against the virtual machine that they give us right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're studying for Pentest Plus or Ethical Hacker or security analyst or any of those certifications, I do welcome you to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because everything that we talk about on this channel has to do with cybersecurity and hacking, of course, ethical hacking. And everything that we do is going to directly either apply to your certification exams, or it's going to directly apply to your day-to-day job as a pen tester, ethical hacker, security analyst. So I do invite you to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And if you have any questions, definitely drop a comment. I respond to all of the comments, and I would just very much love to have you as a part of our community. So hopefully you'll join us in this journey of becoming ethical hackers and penetration testers. And without further ado, let's jump into the task of this room. Okay, so I've already started the machine that it says over here. They already gave us our IP address, but it says to wait about 5 minutes for this thing to officially get ready. So I'm going to try to just launch it and see if it actually is already running. Hopefully it'll be running a little bit quicker than 5 minutes for us, and then we'll just go into these questions. So yeah, it's already running. That's great. So we can just move on with that. Now it says, what is the name of the application running the machine? What is the version number of this application? What is the number of the CVE that allows us to remotely execute code on this application? And then use the resources and skills found to find an excellent exploit or relevant exploit and exploit this vulnerability. There are numerous exploits out there that can be used for this, so we can try to find some good ones. And what's the value of the flag? So pretty basic stuff. So the first and foremost, the first thing that we got to do is we got to find the application on the vulnerable machine. And I mean, it's literally in the big name right there. Fuel CMS is that, and then the version is right on the screen too, which is 1.4. So just like that, we got a couple of good stuff. And now what we want to do is we want to try to find some vulnerabilities for this. So there is the CVE that we can be using for this. I'm just going to use exploit database for our entire exercise today. And from there, we'll try to find some vulnerabilities and hopefully some CVE numbers and everything for it too. So we're going to do fuel CMS, and I'll do 1.4. Let's see if anything comes up in specific for that. Nothing comes up for that. So fuel CMS, let's see if anything comes up for that. Nothing for either of those. So now we're going to go into a few other approaches here. So I'm going to try to look up Rapid7. This is the previous room that we were in, the exploit vulnerabilities room. And from the Rapid7, I'm going to do some searches in here and see if I can find any exploits. If not, what we're going to end up doing is literally just resort to Google and just do some Googling for this. Rapid7 has already kind of changed their interface since the last time, so I don't think this is even it. So we can now do, I'm just going to literally go into Google and try to find what it is that we're actually looking for here. So let's see, we're going to do a Google search for the fuel CMS 1.4 exploit. Let's see what we can find. Exploit. Fuel 1.41 RCE updated 1.41, the remote code execution right here, exploit database. So maybe this is the good one here. And it says CVE 2018-16763. So let me see, maybe that is the one, 2018-16763. Yeah, that's the one. So remote code execution right there, we already found that. So it's funny because I did type in fuel CMS 1.4, so maybe it was supposed to be 1.41, and it would have given me a little bit more information about that. So I did find it. Now it says that there are a bunch of different things that we can use to make this work. And this particular one is the remote code execution. And what we want to do is we want to do remote code execution on this application. So this has already been, this is the first one that shows up right here. We can even download this exploit. It is a Python file from what I can tell. So I'm going to download this one and see if this might be the one that I could actually work for us. So 50477.py, and let me open this inside my caja, which is Spanish for box. And this is going to be on our root folder right here, and some good stuff. So now I can open up my terminal, and this is from the last exercise. So let's clear this up and let's do an ls. And there it is, 504. So let's run this and see what I can find with anything. So it's missing a URL. So that seems like it's the only thing that it's really missing. So we're going to run that one more time, and we're going to do U, and then we're going to give it the URL, which is going to be http 10.10.66.203. Whoops, can't connect to URL because I used the wrong URL. Let's try that one more time. Oh my god, did that work? Yeah, what? That's crazy. That can't work that easily. So print working directory system, who am I? Let's see if that works. I am system ID system. So I don't know if that worked. It seems like it did, but it doesn't look like it worked. So there's an exploit located in this Vulnerabilities Capstone that already exists right there, and then we have some exploits will require set up a netcat reverse listener to gain access to the shell, and that doesn't seem like it either. But it looks like it gave me the command, so that can't be it, because all of the commands give me the same response. So I feel like that doesn't work. Let me see if I can do find name flag. Okay. It looks like it's doing some extra searching apart from what just happened, and maybe it's going to come back with some kind of a response or not. But at least I think it's going to give me some kind of nope, it gave me the same response. Okay, so it doesn't seem like that worked. Can I exit? Okay, exit does work, and it still gave me a system as a response. That's so weird. That kind of looked like it worked, but it didn't really work. So what if I do this and I do H for help and see what it gives us? So Fuel CMS 1.4 remote code exploit, help shows the help message, V is the version, URL gives us the URL. And so this is what it is, Python, this, and that's the example, and then there's the URL. So that's just like that. It's supposed to work. So I'm just going to run it one more time and try a cd command to see if that'll do anything for us. The enter command, we're going to do cd home Ubuntu and see if that works. And ls, no, it did not work either. So that's not going to work. And I am going to do the one that they recommend here. So that's in user share exploit vulnerability. So let's go into user. We'll cd into user share exploits, and we're here, and there's a vulnerabilities capstone. So we'll go into that and see what this is. Exploit.py, Python 3 exploit.py. Let's see what this one says. This is the fuel CMS exploit, and that's it. Exit app shell help. Python 3 exploit py vulnerable IP address is what we need to put in here. So shell me gives us a reverse shell, exit gets us that, help shows this help message. And so I guess I'll just run this Python 3 exploit.py, and then we'll do the IP address, see that if that works. I misspelled exploit. Let's make sure we spell exploit correctly and try that. And did it work? Sending request. I guess it worked. Print working directory. Okay, cd home Ubuntu. sending request, shell me. Maybe we need to do that. Enter your attacking machine IP and port. Okay, so I did need to do that. I see. So we'll do a netcat LVNP listener, and we'll do it on port 4445. And we're now listening on port 4445. That's crazy. So maybe that's what we needed to do for the last one. And 4445, and just like that. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, now we got it. There it is. Excellent. Print working directory. That's where we are. So now take me to home Ubuntu, and now list my flag. There's the flag. Okay, I will show you exactly what I did to get to where we got to. First, let's do this flag real quick and copy that mofo and paste that mofo and submit that. And we are now done with this room. Okay, so let's kind of go back and kind of look at what we just did right here. So just so you can understand what just happened. Okay. So hope you had your listener ready. That's the thing that it said. So I think it would have probably been the same thing if I would have ran with the previous exploit that we had, which was the 504.77.py. That might have been the case. But that one didn't give me any kind of an option for a shell. So what we can do here is we can cancel this out real quick and then go back to where we were originally and run this one more time and see if this one gives us the option to also get a reverse shell or something. So that's what that was, and give me a help menu. And yeah, this one doesn't give the option for a reverse shell. So that's kind of where I think I had a little bit of a challenge running this. Maybe, you know, if you run it, maybe you can have better luck than I did. But if we just go back to the user share exploits vulnerabilities capstone, they provided an exploit for us already. And the rule for this one, the exploit.py, is that you need to, there's 3 commands basically that you can run in here. One of them is help, the other one is exit, and the last one is shell me, which gives us a reverse shell. And if we do that, we need to set up a netcat listener first. And if you haven't done netcat or anything like that, it's really not that complicated. There's 2 ways that you can do it. You can either use netcat to connect to something, or you can use netcat to receive a connection from something. And in this case, what we want to do is we want to receive a connection, and that's called reverse shell. We need to create something that will be a listener, and that listener is going to get that connection from whatever we're using, which is in this case Fuel CMS, right? So if I use the shell me command here, it's going to say, okay, now enter the IP address and the port of your netcat listener that you want me to send this connection to, which is what we did in this case right here. So if we go at the very, very top, the command nc instantiates netcat, or basically turns on netcat. And then this is just a basic series of commands. So listen, VNP, I forget what they stand for, but I've just done it so many times that I'm kind of used to just turning on these switches right here for netcat. And then so you do netcat, and then you do these series of switches, and from here you do the port, whatever port you want to be listening on. And you can essentially dedicate any port as long as it's not being used by anything already. And so it starts listening. It says, hey, I'm listening on the IP address that we're currently on the local machine, and I'm listening on this port, right? And then as soon as I had the listener up and running, so the listener should be running before you give your IP address and port number down here. So as soon as I had that running, then all I had to do was just give my attack box IP address, which is this thing that's up here, along with the port that I wanted to listen on, which was the 4445. So that's all I had to do. And this is exactly what I did up here when we turned it on. It was at the very, very top. I mean, I could do it again, but it's already done. And this is it. This is where the IP address colon the port number that we were listening on. And just like that, we got the reverse shell right here. And immediately it says connection received. and then this was the shell that we were turned on, and it gave us the $sign, which means we are now in the system and we have our shell. I ran a list command and it said, hey, these are all the things that are inside this thing, which is exactly what we wanted. And being that this is a website, it's showing us all of the things that was inside the var www html fuel cms. So this is all the stuff that was inside of this folder right here. But what we wanted to get into was the home Ubuntu folder based on what the instructions were. And so we just changed directory into that. We ran ls, the flag is right here, and then we ran cat to run it onto the screen. And just like that, we got our flag. So pretty straightforward, not a difficult challenge. Hopefully you learned from that and you were able to get your results the same way. But this was it's fairly straightforward, fairly easy one compared to a lot of the other stuff that we've done. This has been a very easy challenge. So I'm excited about the fact that that actually worked as quickly as it did. So now I can just clear this screen and go over here and exit out of this, or maybe do a Control-C, there you go, and clear this screen. And we are officially done with the capstone challenge for vulnerabilities. Hopefully you learned something from this video. This was part of the vulnerabilities module that was inside of the junior pen tester pathway inside of TryHackMe. And if you did learn something, or if you want to just continue getting information about the junior pen tester and ethical hacker and Pentest Plus and all that stuff, then I do welcome you to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you get notified the next time that we run something in this module and in these series. And I do answer all of the comments that come in, so definitely make sure to drop a comment. If you just want to say hi, or if you want to actually ask an official question, I will give you a detailed response to that question, and we will just keep running and gunning. So I would love to have you as a part of our community so that we can grow together and become ethical hackers and pen testers and security professionals, all that good stuff together. It's much more fun when you can actually do it with a friend instead of doing it by yourself. So would love to have you as a part of the community. And that's pretty much it for this room, or for this even for this module right here. So the Vulnerabilities Research Module is now officially complete, and we can move on to the next one, which is Metasploit. And I mean, I've already done Metasploit, but I'll check to see if there's videos on it. And if there are no videos on Metasploit, then I'll do the videos. But I think we did already the Metasploit videos, so we can probably just move on to privilege escalation. I already did too. So all of these things, I just need to verify to see if I've done these videos. And if I haven't done videos, I'll definitely make sure to put out these videos. But I think after this, we're pretty much done with this, so we can move on to the next pathway. It's your boy Hank Hackerson at Hank Hacks Hackers, your favorite network and system attacker. And yeah, this was the room. So I hope you had a good time. Love, peace, and chicken grease. If no one else loves you, Hank loves you. I will see you in the next room later.